Welcome once again to this goal setting session. I'm sure you can already tell that you're in for an amazing time. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to pick one or two things that would help you personally and even in your career, in your business. You are in for an amazing time. All right. My name is Precious King, and I'm privileged to be your host this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's put our hands together in the chat as we welcome the crusher of goals himself, Adebayo Ajayi.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'd just like to paint a bit of a scenario. And I'm sure that a lot of people will think, oh, every single time, oh, at the beginning of the year, we all have to set goals. Is a cliche and it's a cliche and it's a cliche and it's a cliche. The reality is that goal setting is not a cliche. And throughout the course of my presentation and probably at the end, you'll get a better understanding on why the focus is not even just the goal, but the systems that are developed along the line. A great man called James Clear once mentioned that we fall to the level of our goals, but we rise to the level of our systems. And I'm going to show you what makes goals and what makes systems different. But I can tell you that you just look around you, look at probably your boss in the office, your mentors, your friends, your pastors, your colleagues, and all. And look at that person that always achieves something significant every single year or every single quarter. And you're going to realize that such a person understands systems and makes systems work for him or her. So I'm going to be going on a journey with everyone. And the journey is basically, we're going to start with life wheel analysis. And yes, I'm going to have some practical session at the end of my presentation, but I'm going to give you some little teaser during the course of my presentation as well. We are going to have life wheel analysis. We are going to have goal setting. We are going to have vision board. So it's going to be a trickle down starting from the life wheel analysis, goal setting, and the vision board. So that's the journey we are really going to go together. All right. So yes, my name is Adebayo Ajayi. Just a bit about myself. I'm a senior project manager. I work as a project manager, and the irony is, or the good part about it is that as project managers, we tend to be very organized. So maybe that's why I like goal setting. I'm also a personal excellence coach. I'm an author, and I'm also a speaker. In terms of my education, I studied chemical engineering in Covenant University. I did my master's in oil and gas engineering from a UK university, and I'm currently taking my MBA. And certification, I have PMP, I have Scrum, I have Black Belt, I have Brewing and Distilling Diploma. Career-wise, I work as a senior manager, my 9-to-5 job. I work as a consultant for a UK company as a Scrum consultant. I also work as an adjunct professor in Canada, where I teach on project management. And I also work with Kellogg's as a project consultant in terms of launching their new products. So any new Pringles you see, probably I have a hand in that as well. And I also work as a project coach with a company called Verisoft as well in Canada. And apart from my career, I also own some businesses. One is PMP Hub. I help people transition into project management and all. And the second one is my new baby, which we are going to be launching in March. So it's called Valid Point. It's going to be a career development organization fully based in North America. And yes, I also do some private consulting services by the side as well. So yes, this is Adebayo Ajayi. So nice to be the speaker for today's session. And I hope at the end of this presentation, what really matters, which is what you do after this kind of event, you are going to be able to implement that, because I realized that a lot of people attend programs, a lot of people attend events, a lot of people attend conferences, but what really makes the difference is the ability to do. So learning is not enough, we must actually do. So at the end of the day, that is basically what really matters. So why are you here? I got this quote while I was in 20 level in Covenant University, that a man that wakes up amid success was never asleep. So don't be deceived by, oh yeah, I didn't set goals and basically I achieved a lot this year. It's very possible, but such a person did not set goals, but trust me, such a person has systems. And that's why I said to you at the beginning is that the whole idea of goal setting is not just even the goals, but the systems that we develop along the line. Let me just show you a very practical example. When I was in Covenant University, every semester I could predict my GPA. Like, I'm not diabolical, so I'm not predicting. It's but like I know what I want and I know the system to get me there. When I was in final year 500 level chemical engineering, I did a calculation and I said that if I had 1.2 GPA, I was still going to graduate with the first class and I was still going to be the best student in my department. And that was because I knew the systems that put in place from 100 level down to 500 level for semester. And that's what I'm saying. A man that wakes up and meets success was never asleep. I just remember when I was in school, a lot of people would laugh at me. Oh, I always go to the library to read TDS, TMC, and EDS. I'm like, you know what? Anyone that wants a 5 point will have to have A in EDS and TMC. So if I go to the library to read my 4-unit course, then I can also go to the library to read a 1-unit course. Systems and goal setting. So just to give you that example that we can all relate to, since we are eagles from Covenant University. Now, the second thing is that the only thing that can happen to you without being intentional in life is luck. And this is very powerful because a lot of times we believe that we can get certain things without really putting so much effort. And hard work does not kill. It's only hard life that kills. And hard life is a life that is futile, that has no plan, that has no system, that has no strategy. But the only thing that can happen to you without being intentional in life is luck. And I always tell people that 50% success is luck, 50% failure is luck. So if you want to live your life without intentionality, it means you are prone to having a 50% chance of failing. But there's a better way to get better results. And the better way to get a better result is to be intentional about life. And that's why I've always said that goal setting is that target that propels us to be intentional whatever we are doing. And the most important reason why I think we are here is this. God is interested in our plans that is aligned with his purpose for us. And, Psalm 20 verse 4 says, may God grant our heart desires and make all our plans succeed. That means God is so interested in what you want and what you do. Very, very important. Of course, whatever is not contrary to his will and plans for us is what he permits. So we are permitted as Christians to have plans and we need to make proactive approach towards it. So yes, I think I've been able to do a bit of introduction and to let you guys know that you cannot sleep and suddenly meet success. You need to do something either before going to bed or during the night to get a good result before you wake up. And I've also told you guys that, you cannot just be lucky in life. You have to be intentional, which can raise your success chance to more than 50%. And the third part is God is interested in you and I planning. Very, very critical. All right, so let's start. And I said that there's a blueprint for goal setting, and that's why we're going to start from introspection today. Then we move to the planning stage, which is the core goal setting. Then we'll get to the environmental systems of goal setting, which is visualization, which some people call vision boarding. Very critical. But I've always said that you cannot go on a journey to the next level without really knowing where you are. The word of God is so powerful. The Bible says in Psalms that the word of God is a light unto our feet and a light unto our path. That scripture is so powerful. It's a lamp unto our feet. It means God will show you where you are first before he lights your path, before he tells you whether to go north, whether to go west, whether to go south, or whether to go east. So knowing where you are is the best place to be before going to your next level. So that's why I'm going to start with introspection. We are going to move to planning, and we are going to move to visualization. All right. And also, in this fast-paced world, the quest for holistic development calls for innovative approach that blend analysis, goal setting, and creative visualization techniques. I said something to my wife today that, I can't believe that today is already 10th of January. And, a lot of people are, 11th rather. 11th of January. Wow, yes. And guess what? That is how every single day would be going until you actually want to make the day count. And that's why the Bible says, may God allow our days to count, not that we're just growing old and there's no wisdom attached to it. So this is really critical. All right, so let's start with life with analysis. And, life with analysis is basically a tool that helps us to visualize where we are in life. I think it was 3 years ago, I was talking to a mentor of mine, and he said something very powerful. He said that you can succeed financially and fail in terms of career-wise, and you are a failure all the same. That was so powerful. He said you can be a very good pastor, but you might not have an happy home, and that means you have failed automatically. And, this is the reason why we are going to be doing something called the life will analysis. And the life will analysis is so crucial because it helps us to ensure that the life we live is a good life. And a lot of us, we know what we like doing. And guess what? The best of people are people that understand the SWOT analysis about themselves. What is SWOT analysis? The S is strength, the W is weaknesses, the O is opportunity, the T is threat. Now, S and W is not internal. You and I know, like, you know your strength and you know your weakness as an individual. While the opportunities and threats are more external. What are the things happening in the global perspective that I can take advantage of positively? And the threats are what are the things that can imbibe my success? So for you to actually be a successful person, you actually have to carry out a SWOT analysis of yourself. And guess what? When you do that, you retain your strength and you optimize your weakness. And that's why we're going to carry out an exercise now. And the whole exercise is that we are going to rate where we are as at today. Guess what? Don't overthink it. Just put a number, and I'm going to tell you what to do. So look at this aspect. You have the career, you have the finance, you have the health, you have the social, you have the family, you have your love life, you have your recreation, you have your contribution to humanity, you have fulfillment, and you have self as well. And so for the purpose of this exercise, just change this self to spirituality. So let me come again. You have career, you have finance. So in case you're a student, it can be career/student. Like study, sorry, finance, health, social, family, love, recreation, contribution, and fulfillment, and the self is going to be spirituality. And you're going to do something for me. You're going to assess where you are. You're going to rate yourself between 0 to 10, just on your paper, on your iPad, on your iPhone, on your don't let me be Apple bias, on your is it Note, or you're using a Samsung. Just rate yourself between 0 to 10, and 0 is the highest. Sorry, 10 is the highest, 0 is the lowest. So rate yourself between 1 to 10. Like I said, 10 is the highest, 0 is the lowest. And I'll just give you a few minutes to do this, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I will just pause for 2-3 minutes while we do it. Let me go back to where the circle is. So I'll just pause here and just get a note, something, just write it. So career, of course, this depends on whether you're a student or you're working. And of course, as you know, career is just like work, and this makes up a big portion of your life. Finance, you are expected to check how well you are doing your finances. This includes your income, wealth, and assets. If you are in that financial planning that held, I think it was early this week from VP Finance, and if you did that score, then you know what to give yourself in this finance. But basically, you know how well you are doing financially. Rate yourself between 0 to 10. Health, of course, this is your physical health. Whether you are eating healthy, whether you're having enough sleep, enough rest, whether you're having enough movement in your life, like this, the gym and all, give yourself a score. Social, how well you are doing socially. This refers to your social connections. Family, this includes your parents, your siblings, your children, if you have, your spouse, if you have as well. Your love life, this, if you're in a relationship, this represents how happy you are with your partner. If you are single, it represents the amount of love you feel in your life. Just because you are single does not mean you should get 0. So basically, you need to rate yourself well. Recreation, whether you have fun in your life, whether you have time to pursue your personal hobbies or not, that's what recreation is and all. So contribution, this more like, do you support a social cause? Do you support us in Kuala? Do you pay your dues? Do you pay your dues? All those things. Like, how do you contribute to life in church? Are you a worker? Do you translate your time for service, basically? And the last one here, which I called self, which changed self to spirituality, like I said. Rate yourself 0 to 10. 10 is the highest, 0 is the lowest. Now, of course, I know that what we've done in like 2-3 minutes meeting, 2-3 minutes is personally, when I do this every year, when I'm carrying out my life with analysis, I use a day for that. And when I say a day, of course, I don't mean 24 hours. Maybe like I just do a day for maybe just 1 hour, 2 hours in a day, and I don't do anything else. What do I mean by that? So I pick finance. I write, what am I doing well in finance? What exactly am I not doing well? What do I need to improve? Then I give myself a score. So it is an in-depth analysis of what should be done. So it's not something that you just do like in 2 minutes, 3 minutes that we've done like this. So you need to actually, what are the things I'm doing that makes me, that gives me a 5 in finance or a 5 in career and all. So you actually need to do that in-depth analysis. So the whole idea of what you have done is that your gaps, you will be able to see what exactly you need to improve upon. And those are the things that will help you set goals. Number two, when you think you are doing well in a particular area, you now ask yourself, what are the things? That's why I said to you that this life with analysis is something that you do in a very detailed way. You now tell yourself that, you know what, these are the things, when you've listed these other things you've done in the year, as you guys say your finance is 10, and you said, oh, I'm saving, I have investment, I have real estate portfolio, I have this, that. Once you actually write all those things down, then in your goal for the year, you then sustain those things. So if you made $100,000 in 2023 and you have a 10 in finance, it doesn't mean that you're not going to set goals on finance again, but you are still going to set goals on finance. And those systems, those things that you were doing that gave you a 10 in finance, you then need to replicate them as a plan and strategy for the new year. So, like I said to you, we're going to go on a journey together. And that journey, the first one was what we have done briefly, which is the life rate analysis. We need to do this in a qualitative and in a quantitative way to get the real thing that we really need to get. So this is basically the first step we need to do, which is the life rate analysis. And immediately we are done with that, we then need to move to the goal setting, which I call the mapping the path to achievement. Because, oh yes, your score is 7, your score is 10. It's possible for your score to be 10 this year, and next year in finance, your score has moved from 10 to 2. Because those things that you have done that gave you a 10 in the prior year, if you don't do those things again, then you'll be found wanting. And that's why I said to you that one of my favorite quotes that James Clear once mentioned is that we fall to the level of our goals, but we rise to the level of our system. So it's the system, it's the plans, it's the strategies that we actually put behind each of these that actually makes the year productive for us. Very, very crucial. And not just the goal itself, because your goal can be like, I want to make $1 million this year. That's a goal. But that goal will not bet any results. But what bets the results for the goal are the systems, are the things you really want to do that make those goals achievable. So for those of you that have done your life rate analysis, it's good, but I want you to go back home, think deeper, and do a detailed one so that you really know where you are and what are the things to improve upon. Now let's go to goal setting. A lot of times I realize that because we hear certain things too frequently, we don't really take it serious, or should I say, or we tend to say, oh, it is just this. And I'm going to show you a concept. And the concept is called a SMART concept. Now, SMART, of course, like I said, we've heard this word so much that it has basically lost its value. But SMART means that what we want must be specific. And, I'm using finance because everyone can really relate to finance. And, when you say, I want to make more money in 2024, that is not a specific goal. A specific goal is that I currently earn 200,000 naira per month. I want to be able to save. If I make 200,000 naira per month in 1 year, that means I earn 2.4 million. At least I want to be able to save 30% of that income, which is maybe 370,000 naira. I don't really know the exact figure, but that's actually have a specific goal. You cannot just say, I want to make more money. That is not specific. Like, you have to be specific to what you want. And number two, your goals must be measurable. Like I said to you that we know certain things, but we don't really apply it. So they don't really generate good results in our life. So measurable. Your goal must be measurable. At the end of this class, Vivi will be sharing a template with us on how to actually track our goals. I have weekly, daily, monthly, and quarterly goals that you track. And your goals need to be measurable, because whatever is not measurable cannot be cannot be monitored. And whatever is not monitored cannot be improved upon. Let me come again. Whatever is not measurable cannot be monitored. And whatever is not monitored cannot be improved upon. So let your goals be measurable. So if you say you want to make $1 million in 2024, tell yourself, is there a way you want to track it? Oh, by Q1, I want to have made $250,000. By Q2, I need to have made $500,000. Like, your goals have to be measurable. It's a very specific example. I recently relocated to Canada. Someone said I should not be using the word recently, because I came to Canada in February 2022. And one of the goals I had as of 2021 was that I wanted to get a job before coming to Canada. Like, it was very measurable. So I knew that, okay, I was coming to Canada. So it was going to be December 2021, but no thanks to Omicron variant of COVID-19, it moved to February. But I said I wanted to get a job before December ending 2021. And of course, it was measurable. I knew what I wanted to do to get those jobs. 20 jobs per day, had series of interview, did a Canadian resume, got a ding tone, a virtual Canadian line, and all. And I got jobs, actually two. One till tomorrow. One said, oh, we are going to get back to when to resume. Till tomorrow, they've not gotten back to when to resume. But basically, like, it was measurable. And there were systems that I had to put in place to get those goals. So yes, your goals must be measurable. And the third one is attainable. Your goals must be attainable. Imagine you are making $100,000, sorry, 100,000 naira per month, and your goal is that you want to be able to save 10 million naira in a year. Of course, it's either you are facing it or you are probably not serious. So your goals must be attainable. Set realistic goals that are challenging but believable. Let your goals be challenging, but ensure that it is achievable. Then let it be relevant as well. The R is relevant. Ensure that your goals serve a relevant purpose. So, for example, if you see that your career is probably one when you did this life with analysis, then you know that you need a lot of things to do in terms of career. And before you know it, you move to something and say, you know what, I want to start learning how to box. You don't want to grow muscle. You are not interested in boxing, but because people are setting goals, just want to put boxing. Like, let it be relevant and serve a specific purpose. I'm not saying you cannot put, I want to put sports there. Yeah, you can put sports. It's totally fine. But ensure that it's something that is relevant to you and you are interested in. Because once motivation is not there, trust me, your goal is just a wish. It's no longer a goal. And time, specify a deadline and monitor progress and reevaluate. This is very, very, very critical. Let me give you a practical example. I worked in about 4 or 5 companies in my life, and every single time I left those organizations, I know the specific time I wanted to leave. So I could say, you know what, I want to be here for 2 to 3 years. And the 3rd year, I'm out. Of course, I won't wait till the 3rd year before doing certain things I need to do to get out of those organizations. I will have put systems in place, plans in place to ensure that I meet up with those goals. What's the summary of this? You need to specify a deadline to monitor your progress and reevaluate. So let your goals be specific, let it be measurable, let it be attainable, and let it be relevant, and let it be time-bound as well. And I've talked about how to identify areas of improvement, which was the life wheel analysis we did. And I said to you that in the life wheel analysis, you're able to see what you need to improve upon. And the second thing is that you need to see what exactly you need to sustain. Please don't forget that. The life wheel analysis is not just for you to see what to improve upon. What to improve upon is also there for you to see what to also sustain. So don't forget what to sustain and also what to improve upon. And of course, we have gone through the SMART goal mechanism. Ensure that your goals are very smart. Because if your goals are not smart, you will not really be able to discover or get what you want to get. I said it at the beginning. The only thing that is permitted to happen to you if you are not intentional is luck. And luck always brings 50% success chance and 50% failure chance. So I don't want to live a life of luck. I want to be intentional about my life. So that's why goal setting is not a myth. Goal setting is actually a very good way to achieve what you want to achieve. Then break down goals. You're going to see that in the next couple of slides on how to break down your goals. So don't just say, I want to make money, or I want to build capacity. Sometimes I want to build capacity. What do you want to build capacity on? Do you want to increase your communication skill? Do you want to increase your leadership prowess? Do you want to learn about ethics? Like, what exactly is that capacity building you want to build? You need to be specific in your goals, because that's actually how to get the kind of results you want to get. And the last thing I want to talk about here is commit and review your goals. Like, it's one thing to set a goal, it's another thing to review your goals. And couple of times the people have done goal session review on, I told them sometimes, you need to move this goal to the next year, or you need to move this goal to the next quarter and all. Reviewing your goal is as important as setting your goals, because if you don't review the goals you have set, you are just creating a repository. Repositories are like storage of files. So like you're just storing a document that you are not really going to get. So you need to always review. So you can have like a quarterly review or a weekly review. Like I said, there are some goals that I check every week. There are some I check every month, depending on the kind of goals and what you've set. And what are the examples of goals you can set? Financial targets. Like I said, financial targets. And when everyone's talking about finance, so you need to you have to set finance targets. If there's anything that I've gotten a hand gun in my life, it's career and finance. And if you don't have a solid financial target, your life can be so miserable. So this is a part of every of our lives that we need to really be specific upon. Like, let's set financial targets for ourselves. Very, very important. And number two, health. Health is wealth. Personally, this is an area I struggled with a long time. A whole lot. Like, I don't sleep well. If you probably chatting like 4 a.m., I'm awake. 11 p.m., I'm still responding to your message. I sit down on my office table quite a lot. I have a laptop beside my bed. I have a laptop in my office area. Sometimes I take my laptop to my dining table. Like, I struggle with that, but I have to set specific health targets. And that's I have a bottle here. I have specific amount of water I need to drink per day. So you have to be specific about the kind of health goal you want to set for yourself. So yes, you can set your goal as regards health. Also, career. This is very, very important. Career, you can set goals for yourself as regards to career. Business growth as well. Don't just say, this is so powerful for me because, one of the things I discovered is that big organizations, every single time, you will hear them saying stuff like, oh, the vision for the organization is this, and our mission or our target for this year is this. And I'm like, if big organizations can have a yearly target, and they can even have a vision and a mission, then me as an individual, it's that I'm wasting my life away for this company. So if big organizations that we work for have targets, have goals for themselves, then we as the individual, as the element that work in such organizations, if we don't have personal targets for ourselves or our own individual businesses, for those that have businesses, then we are basically cheating ourselves. So it's also good to set a business growth target. House. Some of you might want to buy a house, might want to move to a new rented property, whatever you want to do. These are specific areas that you can set goals on. Family and vacation as well. This housing thing was when I came to Canada, I said to myself that in 1 year I wanted to buy a property, and everyone I shared a dream with, it was virtually impossible for them. Like, how can you come down and buy a house in 1 year? It's not possible. And of course, my wife and I, we had that on our goal. When I get to Vision Board, I'm going to tell you some things about that. We had that, and we had the system to achieve that, and we achieved that in 1 year. So with proper goal setting targets, you can get exactly what you want. So these are examples of how you said the family and vacation as well. As January, I set my vacation goal for December. So put a particular money aside. You can put in any stream, whether piggy vest, rice vest. I'm not a marketer for any company, by the way. I'm just telling you that put money away aside, let your money grow. January last year, I did that. 2 years ago, we did that. Put money aside, and December, we just took the money out of the budget to go on a vacation. So these are practical ways to set your goal and live a well-rounded and a balanced life as an individual. And professional courses as well. You can set goals to write professional exams if you want to. Okay, so I want to show you a map, and this map is basically how a sample of how to set goals. Like I said, the people will share some documents with us that can help us to set the goals we want to set. But I want to take you through a journey, and the journey is called like goal setting method. More identify the sector. Do you want to set your is the goal on finance? Is it on career? Is it on fulfillment? Is it on your health? Is it on your family? That's the sector. Number two, what is the objective? Let your objective be smart. I want to make $1 million in 2024. Now that is the objective. Number two, what is the strategy? Number one, the strategy is that I want to cut down my cost for eating out by this. Or the strategy can be, I want to save more money. The other one can be, oh, I want to get another stream of business. That's the second part. And the third part is that you now develop a plan for the strategy that I have set. If it's that I want to save more money, then the plan can be like, oh, I want to increase my savings from 35% to 40% monthly. That's an example of how to develop a plan. They set a review milestone. Say, okay, this goal, I want to review the milestone. I want to review it every month or every quarter or every week. And once you have set, and setting review milestone is like, you have put a date, okay, by March 28, 2024, I want to review this goal. Then you now actually review those goals on the days that you said that you want to review those goals. Now look at this very basic example here. The sector here is finance. And what is the objective? The objective is that based on, by the way, this is not mine, this is just an arbitrary example. So sector is finance. This was one set goal on finance. And the objective is that based on my projected earnings of $5 million this year, I want to save 1.5 million by the end of the year. That's what this person is saying. And what are the strategies that the person wants you to save $1.5 million? Number one, I will save $120,000 per month. I will invest in stock and I will get other streams of income. Now, what are the plans to ensure that these strategies are in place? Number one, for this person to save $120 per month, the person wants to cut down on living expenses by 20%. What's the plans to learn how to invest in stock? The person wants to, what's the plan to invest in stock? The person wants to learn about stocks and investment opportunities. Now, the third strategy is that I will get other streams of income. Now, what's the plan to get other streams of income? The person is saying, I want to monetize hosting games as a games master. Now, this is a very practical example of how to have a finance goal. It's all inclusive. And look at the milestone is that there's a media review and there's a quarterly review. At Q1, the person has given us an update. At Q2, the person has given us another update and all. So this is a practical way in which you can set your goals and you can have specific milestones. Now, goal setting template, like I said, this will be shared with us after this presentation. Now, I've said this a couple of times. I want to say this again. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. Let me give you a very, very good example of what I'm talking about. Think about this. If you say that I want to save $1 million in 2024, and you did not save, and of course, you had all your strategies, you had all your plans, and for some reason, you did not save $1 million in 2024. But all your plans by cutting down your living expenses by 20%, you want to learn about stocks, you're able to do all those things. In the real sense of things, you have actually not failed. What has happened is that even though you did not get to the level of the goals you set, you are falling to the level of your system. And that's why I said to you at the beginning that goal setting is not just the ultimate. The ultimate is the systems we develop. I have a Google Sheet on my phone and it's a finance template. If I go to Walmart to buy as little as tomatoes, I update it on my Google Sheet that I bought tomatoes to track my expense. And of course, I know the budget I have for specific items. And these are the systems that I've been able to develop over time while setting financial goals. Very critical. And this is so powerful because I'm using finance because that's something that a lot of us can actually relate to. We need to develop systems, and the strategies and the plans you develop while trying to meet your objective in your goal is far more important than even the goal. And that's why I said to you that there are some people that are around you that they will always get better in life because of the systems that they say. Even sometimes those people say, oh, I'm not setting goals this year. But guess what? They are not setting goals, but their systems is in them. They know that they should not spend beyond certain amount. They know that they should not, they know that in terms of their career, they have to come to work at certain times because they know exactly the kind of goals they want for themselves and they are following those systems. The systems that you get while you set goals is even way more important than those goals. And that's why if you don't achieve your goals at the end of the year, it's not so much of a big deal, but have you implemented the systems that you've inherited while trying to meet your target as regards your goals? That's far more important. Let me say that again. You do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall towards the level of your system. Now, how do you achieve your goals consistently? I'm trying to rush up because I think my time is almost up. How do you achieve your goals consistently? I want to teach you a very practical way. Effective goal setting requires consideration of the systems around you. I'm going to give you a very good example. Your surroundings, and that's why the last point of this presentation is vision body. Your vision body, what you see, what you hear, what you're taking, helps you to put yourself in check. I won't rush. And when I get to vision body, I'm going to show you why vision body is very critical. So your system around is very important. So for example, if you said to yourself that, in terms of contribution, you want to contribute more, and you are always still sitting at home every day, you really don't go out in church after service, you just run home, everything, you don't join any professional organization around you, how well do you think you want to contribute more to the society? So your surrounding is very critical. And number two is that too often we set the right goals inside the wrong system. If you're fighting your system easier to make progress, then it's going to be hard to make consistent progress. And I'm going to show you in the next slide what I mean by the system around us. But the top I'll talk about here is that ensure that your environment aligns with your ambition. You cannot always want, let's say your target is that you want to get a new job. That's your target. And you spend 90% of your time on your current job, you without doing anything to get your new job. you failed already technically. So if your goal is that you want to get a new job, you know that you need to give a lot of time into your resume, learning about interview, networking, meeting mentors. There's one of the I'm trying to create a career development slide, and one of the things that I put in there was that a lot of times we rush for spiritual mentors, very critical. A lot of times we run for we try to meet people that we look for mentors amongst people that can help us grow spiritually. But when it gets to the things that you spend majority of your time on, which is your career, we don't have mentors in it. That's trouble, actually. So if you want to develop in terms of your career and you don't even have a career mentor, so for someone that wants to set goals on career, that's one of the things you should look for in 2024. You have to have a career mentor, because if you can have a spiritual mentor, what stops you from having a career mentor as well? So your environment, can you say I'm trying to condition your environment? Your environment helps you get what you need to set. So you can have a right goal in a wrong system. Trust me, you have already planned to fail. Having a right goal with the right system is what propels us to get what we need to get. And look at this example. Look at this person. This person says that, this is a negative example, by the way. Someone said that, when I wake up in the morning, I want to read my Bible. That's the goal for the year. That's the plan or strategy to say that I want to build more intimacy with God. And one of the strategies is that I want to read my Bible when I wake up in the morning. But now look at this person. This person slept with the phone next to the bed. And when the person wakes up, the first thing is emails and social media. Now, this person has a good intention to read Bible when he or she wakes up, but the system is not there. Why can't you charge your phone somewhere for that? When you wake up, when you stretch your heart, is your iPad or your Bible you pick first? That is a practical example of how to actually allow us ensure that we set the right goals with the right system. And look at the positive example. If you keep this person wants health goal, and the strategy that this person wants to drink maybe 2 bottles of water per day. And look at how the system is. If you keep a water bottle with you throughout the day, then drinking water rather than soda is more likely to be the decision. Now look at my boss. Like I said, my head goal is to drink more water, go to gym, and be physically fit. So this is how our environment helps us to get what we need to get. Now, vision board is the other example. This is my office area. I have pictures. I have my vision board. I have calendars. I have events that shows what I really need to get. And, that's a very practical system that can help us achieve our goal. Vision board is basically whatever your goal is, you can use a Canva design or cut physical paper, paste it around it, and you are seeing it. I gave an example of how I wanted to get the property in Canada. And it was very basic for us. If you come to our office area, you're going to see the kind of house we wanted, and it was there. So if I go and buy time money to buy something, I'm seeing the house. No, you cannot spend anyhow. So that is exactly how your system can propel you to achieve what you really need to achieve. So it's so important that you create that vision board that you see in a place that you can see every single time to achieve what you need to achieve. Now, vision board is basically having a creative and a visual technique that assembles our image, our words, our symbols that represent our goals and aspirations. So very, very important. So your pastor in your church has told you that this year is occupy. Cut the word occupy, paste it somewhere so that as you are saying it, even as you are praying with that prophecy. Now you want to get a scholarship to one of the Ivy League university. Cut that Ivy League university, paste it where you can see it. You want to get a particular amount of money, cut that physical amount of money, paste it somewhere that you can see it. So this is basically how you can actually make your goal work, because you can have the right goals, but if the systems surrounding it are wrong, trust me, it's very difficult for you to implement such goals. And what are the ways in which you can create your vision board? I've said it. Just look for images, quotes, symbols that resonate with your goals and aspirations, and then create a vision board. You can do it physically, or you can use Canva to design. I use Canva to design mine. So anyone that is convenient for you, just gather those inspirations, those words, those pictures, where you want to be, put them on the board, and then make sure it's visually appealing and somewhere that you can see it every single day. Visualize it daily. Very, very important. And this is just a it's an example I saw online on someone's this is basically someone's vision board. Health, partner best, life goals, love, travel is the only thing to just like this is just a way to ensure that you visualize what you want. In conclusion, by integrating your life analysis to assess, goal setting to plan, your life analysis to assess where you are, to see what you want to do next, to see what you want to improve upon, to see what you want to sustain, then use your goal setting to plan where you need to be, and then your vision boarding process, it helps you visualize what you want, to create the right system, and then you will see that you're going to embark on the transformative journey. Thank you so much. I think I'll just hand over to Precious King now. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I don't know if Adebayo wants to say anything before we wrap this up.
Thank you, everyone. Apart from this meeting, you know, now we have the opportunity to action what we've learned, and that's what will actually make the difference. Let's go and do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, VP Welfare. Thank you, Precious, for being an amazing host as well. Thank you, everyone. Bye.